So, when you embark on your fitness journey, there's going to be a multitude of reactions that you're going to get from people, right? And really, that first month, people are going to be very supportive and, they're going to amp you up. But as you get further in, you're going to see people's reactions change. And you're going to see a multitude of different emotions come out of people. And it's very, very interesting, right? I'll share, I've been on this journey now going into my fifth month. Finally seeing some muscle definition, definitely lean. Abs are showing a little bit, lower abs, still working on it. But yeah, it's been interesting to see the many reactions that I was not expecting from people, especially even some close friends, right? And so I kind of wanted to go into that in this video. And so if you haven't already, also thank you for watching the channel. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and like and subscribe to the subscribers I already have. Thank you guys for the support. The goal is to be uploading daily on this YouTube channel, so hopefully this helps you all out. But yeah, let's get into a little bit of some story time, right? And I think one of the main reactions that you get, and especially from coworkers, right, is kind of a little bit of like a bullying, like, oh, here he goes again, right? He's bringing his meal prep. He's, not going to drink with us or whatever it might be, right? Really, with your coworkers, you bring out these like emotions out of them, right? When you embark on your fitness journey. And really, it comes out of insecurity, right? Because they're not on their own path. They see you taking these things seriously. And they wish that they could do it, right? But they can't. And so that comes out in the form of bullying or, making fun of what you're eating or just these comments that are just unnecessary, right? I was with some coworkers and we were out and about grabbing some food, and obviously I wasn't going to eat what they're eating. They're eating chicken tenders, fries, a bunch of fried BS that I just wasn't going to eat. At the same time, they're also having beers, and I had my black coffee, and so I wasn't engaging, right? And then that's when the comments come out. Oh, here he goes again. He's not drinking. Oh, he thinks he's better than us, and I'm like, I'm not better than you guys. I'm just this is what I do now. And the one comment I got from a coworker, oh man, I could never do what you do. I could never eat that way. I love to eat and I love food, and I don't know how you do it, how you deprive yourself from, eating good food and good emotions. And I'm like, I just laugh, right? Because I'm like, yeah, first of all, I know you can't do it. You are very undisciplined, you have a lot of problems, which, I try not to be very judgy, but hey, I work with this person and I see them every day and I see those problems, right? But we won't get into that, right? We won't get too negative. But yeah, first of all, I know you can't do it, right? And second of all, like, eating this way and taking care of yourself, is caring about yourself and giving yourself good emotions and giving yourself positivity, but our society has just reframed that you have to eat tasty food, and taste and emotion that you get from tasty food is more important than what it's actually doing to your body, right? So that was such a funny comment, and they started asking me questions, and that's what always happens, right? You literally don't even want to get into it, but then people start asking you about it, and I start talking about it and how I'm feeling and how my depression is gone, my anxiety is at an all-time low, and then I get this comment, oh man, wow, lucky you, your depression is gone, lucky you, your anxiety is gone. First of all, not lucky me. I bust my ass every morning in the gym, for a couple hours. I go for my walks. I'm very intentional with my time and what I put into my mouth. And it's hard work and it takes saying no a lot. And so, no lucky me here. There's no luck. This is something everyone can do, right? So, that comment was just ridiculous to me. Lucky me? What do you mean, lucky me? I've been putting in the work, right? And now I'm seeing results, right? And as a result of that, I'm not depressed, right? Because I actually have purpose and I know what I'm doing and I'm navigating through the world with purpose, right? So that was just a really funny comment that I received from someone. And you have that sort of reaction from people, very negative, kind of bullying. You also have like the people who just like report back to you like what they're doing with their fitness, right? They'll come up and they'll be like, hey, like I actually hit the gym yesterday. It's like, okay, why are you telling me? Like what? Or someone will come up to you and be like, oh yeah, I actually had like a yogurt this morning, a Greek yogurt, and actually at this coworker thing, one of my coworkers was like, yeah, actually, I started having like some Greek yogurt in the morning and some honey, and then I'll have some oats later. And it's like, why are you telling me this? First of all, like, good for you, but the fact that you're like seeing that as some sort of win that you have that in the morning, that's already shows that your mindset isn't in the right place. Because yeah, you should be eating that way if you want to lose weight, or if you want to have a healthier body. And number two is, I'm literally sitting across from you. As you're telling me this, you're having chicken tenders, you're having fries, you're having a beer. Like, who are you fooling? Like, and why are you telling me this, So, those are sort of the funny reactions you get from people. People coming to you like, hey, look, here's what I've been doing, kind of trying to make themselves feel better. In the other reaction, which is more bullying. Oh, here he goes again, here he goes eating his dog food. That's a very common one. You'll hear a lot of people mention that, right? Oh, that's what my dog eats. Like, wow, your dog eats better than you do. That's assess that sentence, right? Assess that. So that's something new that I've been experiencing, and one of the reactions you'll get from people. So definitely get used to that. And then you also have these other reactions, right? And these are reactions I've gotten from friends, which have been pretty funny, honestly, because for the most part, I have a decent friend group, I think most of them have been supportive. If anything, some of them have been a little bummed because I'm just not willing to go out as much, right? Because I'm super intentional with what I do. But there is a subset of like friends that try you, man, and straight up just try you, right? And I'll say this more, it comes from like the masculine side. Like these very masculine friends that I have that, have these like very masculine traits, always trying to prove their masculinity, which in and of itself, analyze that, right? Like, why are you always trying to prove yourself or prove yourself to others? Regardless, that could be its own video in and of itself, right? But you also bring out these insecurities in these friends or these people, and their reaction is is to prove their masculinity in some sort of like dumb sort of like gender affirming masculine way, right? Like, oh, well, how much do you lift, or this and this, and like just stupid fucking bro-y ways, right? So I have a friend who is always trying me now at this point, Comment number one was, "Whoa, you haven't really built any muscle. Like you're losing a lot of weight, but you haven't built any muscle, man." It's like, yeah, muscle building is a process, first of all, and this is a long process, right? I'm cutting first, and I'll get to my bulk, right? And so that comes from like not knowing the process and just knowing the like broy, fratty sort of notion of going to the gym and getting big, right? Which getting big, another video I can make, but I don't want to get, I want to get big, but I want to look aesthetic. Aesthetics is what I'm doing here, right? I want to look fucking good, man. And especially to women, I'm just going to keep it real. I want to look good where everyone's like, yo, that physique is on point. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a funny one you get. Now I have a little bit of muscle, like you guys can kind of see, but it's starting to poke through, and some veins are poking through. And so now this is the one I've been getting from these friends. Now it's, oh well, we have different goals. We have different goals. Like you have your goal, and I have my goal. What is your goal, homie? Is it to just be fat? Cause like, dude, like what goal? Like, I've lost 35 pounds on this journey already, and like these motherfuckers are training me, and they are the same weight since the beginning of the year. Maybe even heavier, honestly. So that's a funny one too. Well, we have different goals. Well, my goal is to look badass, bro. So that's my goal. And you start questioning these people's goals. They don't even have one. They're just like, well, I want to lose like, I kid you not, someone told me this. I want to lose like 2 pounds in the next 2 weeks, or 2 or 4 pounds. That's your goal? 2 to 4 pounds, dude? That's easy. That's like standard. Yeah. You can do that. So it's just like people don't even have goals, and here they are questioning yours as if, you don't know what you're doing. This one I just got recently, which was hilarious. I have to tell you guys this story. Well, I'm going for functional fitness, and I don't want to call you out, but I'm going for functional fitness, and if like, I don't know if you can do like 20 push-ups, and this was real. This literally happened to me. I was like, 20 push-ups, bro. 20 push-ups, that's functional fitness. 20 is nothing. And I was in front of this person. I got down, I did 50 in front of them. I did 50. And I did not let them go. I'm like, all right, you do your push-ups. You do the 20 too. I can do the 20. Can you do your 20? Dude could not do them, guys. He could not do them. By 10, he was having horrible form. I'm like, bro, you can't even do your push-ups. He's like, well, I did do them. I was doing them. Hey, insane, y'all. Insane, y'all. Like, I can do pull-ups. I can do dips. I can do push-ups. Functional fitness is just whatever this functional fitness. Yeah, that comes with getting lean, with your fitness journey. You'll be able to do those things if you're just lifting weights. Especially push-ups, dude. Push-ups, the reason they're hard is because you've got like fucking 20 pounds of fat on your stomach that you gotta lift up, right? I don't have that, and so push-ups are just naturally going to be easier, but just ridiculous, right? The way these dudes, and I specifically mention dudes, and it's always the bro-y kind of archetype, the fratty archetype that comes with these things, right? Because again, you are revealing people's insecurities in them, so they just have no way to react because their ego just takes a hit, and so it's super annoying because especially when you're on your journey and you're in it, deep in it, your headspace is so clear and so positive. Really, when I'm out and about, I'm very positive. I say hi to people. Nothing anyone else does has any bearing on how I feel, right? I feel good, and so that is what I spread out into the world, and then you're out and about and you're starting to receive this negativity from people who are feel some type of way, maybe about themselves, or I don't know, you just reveal something in them that makes them feel insecure, and now your vibe is messed up too, because you're like, what the hell, I was feeling so good, and people are fucking trying me, man. Like, why are these people trying me? So this is a reason you see like fit people really start to shrink their social circles, start to keep to themselves, because their inner peace is just so much more important than having to, deal with these little comments here and there, deal with these people who, um, say they have your best interest, but after a few conversations, they definitely feel some type of way, and that's why a lot of fit people just stop engaging. You know what? I'm gonna be home and just do my own thing, hit the gym, hit my steps, hit my meals, because I'm tired of dealing with this BS, honestly. So. Yeah, that's just a little bit of what you can encounter and what you can expect. I think it's always good to, emotionally hold yourself back. Don't react too hard to these things, right? You don't want to come off as like the emotional person, or, someone who is getting mad at people all the time. And that is really what they're looking for. They're looking to break you down, get you to an emotional state, get angry, or feel some type of way to say something, and then they can kind of use that to make themselves feel better. Like, hey, look, see, he's weird or she's weird. They're reacting a certain way. They're feeling some type of way, when really it's them projecting onto you, right? So. Anyways, a little bit of what you'll encounter. Don't mind those remarks, and when you start getting those remarks, you're doing something right. So that's something to look out for, y'all. But anyways, just want to say thank you, folks, for watching. If you made it this far, please. If you like what I'm doing here, subscribe as well. I'll have more videos coming out. And yeah, folks, I'll see you on the journey. So thanks for watching.